Now that you have your P&L and balance sheet ready to import into your control panel, here is how you do that. Click on the Access tab and open the Monthly Update tabs by putting an X in the box to the left of these headings. Hit Enter to move the cursor out of the cell and then click on Open Selected tab at the bottom. Select the P&L Update tab. Then go open the P&L that you just exported. We need to first eliminate the blank columns in between the months we want to export. You do this by right-clicking on the empty row and then selecting Delete. We will repeat that until all months are side by side, with no blank rows in between them. We then copy the columns, starting with the first number, and note which line item you are starting with so you can paste it in correctly into your control panel. Select Copy. Open your control panel. Click on the cell that aligns with the category that you started with when copying and right-click in that cell. Select Paste Special and then Values, and then select OK. Scroll down and then confirm that the total rows line up at the bottom. If the new report is too long, check to see if you forgot to collapse the report or if your bookkeeper added a new chart of account item in the last month. If a new account was added, send the new P&L or balance sheet to your trainer, who will make sure it gets added to your control panel. If the new report is too short, check to see if you collapsed your report this time but did not collapse it originally, or if you didn't select all rows in the Advanced section. It is as easy to import a whole year as it is to import a single month. Since bookkeepers will often go into earlier months to make changes after financials have been entered into your control panel, we suggest that every month you update at least the prior month as well, since this will pick up any prior month's changes your bookkeeper might have made. In the BS Update tab, you will see that there are blank columns between the months. To paste multiple months into this tab at once, you will need to make sure to leave the blank columns between your actual months, or add them if they're not there, before pasting them into your BS Update tab. If QuickBooks did not export them with blank columns in between, you can easily add them by clicking on the column heading and then selecting Insert. This is much faster than entering the months one at a time. The P&L Update tab does not have blank columns, but the BS Update tab does. We then select the 3 months, select Copy, return to your control panel, right-click on the first row where data is entered, select Paste Special, Values, and select OK. And once again, we will scroll down to the bottom to make sure that the total rows line up. After you have imported your P&L and your balance sheet, go to your CF or Cash Flow tab and scroll down to row 30. This row, in the orange, will tell us if your actual month-end cash balance is the same as the balance sheet month-end cash balance. If so, there will either be a dash or a 0 in this row. If they are not the same, and there is a number in this month's cell on row 30, the P&L and the balance sheet that you have entered are not balancing. This is almost always solved by just re-entering the last 2 months' P&L and balance sheet. Chances are, your bookkeeper just went back into your prior month's financials and made a change of this amount. If re-entering your financials does not reduce this cell to a 0, notify your trainer, or if you don't have one, contact us at info@theeffectiveleader.com and we can do a quick screen share to resolve the issue. After creating these QuickBooks reports, you can memorize them so they can be repeated each month more easily. To memorize an open report, select Memorize, and then we suggest naming your P&L memorized report, CP, standing for Control Panel, P&L. Select Save in Memorized Report Group, and then select where you would like the report to be memorized. And we suggest naming your balance sheet memorized report, CP Balance Sheet. To retrieve a memorized report, select Reports, then Memorized Reports, go to where you saved it, and then select it from the list.